An appellate board agreed. ICE officers
you are misstating
agreed.
what the
reliable
Mr. Goldman,
informant.
the clock is not yours right now. She has the floor. Please continue answering the question.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. A Maryland County
She's not answering the question, sir.
No, she's going to answer the question, and then you can object to her answer.
Make sure that she answers the question?
Finish answer. You just said, please finish your...
Hello, Patriots. Today, we're exposing yet another explosive moment in Congress as Marjorie Taylor Greene takes a stand against the woke left's attempts to silence the truth. When Greene tried to introduce hard evidence tying an MS-13 gang member to violent crime, all hell broke loose. The radical left couldn't stand it, and their attempts to shut her down show just how far they'll go to protect their agenda. Before we dive into the details, make sure to like this video, subscribe to Conservative Mandate, and hit the notification bell so you never miss the truth the mainstream media won't tell you. Stick around to the end, because we're breaking down how this moment exposes the left's dangerous priorities and how you can help fight back for America's safety and values.
Are hurt on your watch.
Gentleman's time has expired. I now recognize...
Mr. Chairman, sorry. I ask unanimous consent to enter for the record. One of our colleagues had asked if there was evidence if the so-called Maryland man, Kilmargo Garcia, was MS-13. According to the Attorney General of the United States, she posted that the evidence shows Kilmargo Garcia has repeatedly been identified as a member of MS-13 by a Maryland County Police gang unit, which I introduced for the record, a reliable confidential informant, ICE officers, an immigration judge agreed, and an appellate board agreed.
Without...
So you have... Sorry, is that a court order?
Well,
I object.
No, she can put anything she wants in the record. She's not complying to your request, Mr. Goldman.
She asked for unanimous consent.
Okay, so you're objecting to her putting that into the record?
I am objecting subject to a clarification. Is that a court order that establishes that he's a member of MS-13?
An immigration judge agreed that he was MS-13.
For bail purposes.
An appellate board agreed.
Don't misrepresent.
Hold on.
A judge.
Everybody pause. We're going to let one person talk at a time. You ask a question. Answer the question, please.
According to the Attorney General of the United States, she informed the country that an immigration judge agreed that your Maryland man, Kilmargo Garcia, is MS-13. An appellate board agreed. ICE officers
you are misstating
agreed.
what
A reliable
Mr. Goldman,
informant.
the clock is not yours right now. She has the floor. Please continue answering the question.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. A Maryland County...
She's not answering the question, sir.
No, she's going to answer the question, and then you can object to her answer.
Make sure that she answers the question?
Finish answer. You just said, please finish your answer.
A Maryland County Police gang unit agreed that he's MS-13. A reliable confidential informant agreed that he's MS-13. ICE officers agreed that he's MS-13. An immigration judge agreed that he's MS-13. An appellate board agreed that Kilmargo Garcia, your Maryland man, is MS-13.
Okay.
I
You have
object.
the floor. What do you want to say?
I object because she is misstating the record and the facts. That is not accurate, and therefore I object to that being introduced. There is no...
Mr.
Sir, can
Chairman?
I explain? You let her go on.
Go ahead.
There is no final court order establishing that he's a member. Maybe he is. So you should put all that evidence before a judge, and if he is MS-13, he should be deported. That's what we're talking about, but you're misstating what all of that evidence is.
No, I think I'm going to make a point here. You basically just read what the Attorney General said, correct?
Yes, sir.
You didn't assert that this was a court order, did you? Did you assert that this was a court order?
I read the Attorney General of the United States.
And you have a right on our committee to submit for unanimous consent or a vote if we want to put it to a vote. This for the record, correct? Is that
Yes.
That is correct. Okay,
Mr. Chairman,
she has
can
a right.
I review what she is submitting?
No, she can submit something to this committee.
But it matters that she just said she represented exactly what the Attorney General said. She has a document there. I would like to see that document.
Let's make a copy for everybody, and we'll vote on. I'm going to hold on just a second. We're going to hold. You're calling for the question? We're calling for the question. The clerk, we're going to need to set, hold on just a second, brief recess.
Please, let's get this on the historical record.
This is great.
We voted in order.
All right, there's
Mr. Higgins, I'm just asking
hold
to
on.
see the document.
I have the floor. All right, so we have a motion to vote on the submission of this for the record. That's all that has been stated. And
I have a parliamentary inquiry, sir.
Do not interrupt me again. We are on the vote on whether or not this can be entered into the record. A motion has been made, and we will vote on that motion. All of those in
I have a parliamentary inquiry before we vote, sir.
Mr. Ranking Member.
It's our request that we object. And in the middle of the objection, you consider a motion, which...
He was done talking about Ms.
No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't. You stopped him from talking.
I just have a parliamentary inquiry.
A parliamentary inquiry. Okay, go ahead. You have the floor.
Is it the procedure of this committee that someone who is making an objection to the admission of evidence cannot review that evidence before we vote on it?
Yeah, the content is irrelevant to the motion, and the motion has been made to vote on the submission for the record.
The content is irrelevant? I mean, that's what I'm objecting to. If she is accurate in what her representation is, I will withdraw my objection. I just need to see the
Somebody
document.
walk the thing over there and let him read it. I mean, get to the bottom of this quickly. We'll hold on your vote, Mr. Ogles.
Mr. Chairman, given that this is a tweet from the Attorney General that is effectively, I believe, consistent with what Ms. Taylor Greene says, I withdraw my objection.
Gentleman withdraws his objection. I now recognize, who's up? Mr. Jimenez for his 5 minutes of questioning.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you, Madam Secretary, for the fine work that you've done. I also want to thank you for approving the members on this side of the aisle, and myself included.
Here's what went down. Marjorie Taylor Greene requested to include evidence into the congressional record showing that Kilmargo Garcia, a so-called Maryland man, was identified as an MS-13 gang member. Greene cited multiple official sources, including a Maryland police gang unit, ICE officers, a confidential informant, an immigration judge, and even an appellate board, all confirming Garcia's MS-13 connection. But the left immediately went on the attack. Representative Goldman objected, demanding to know if there was a final court order to prove Garcia's gang affiliation. He accused Greene of misrepresenting the facts and tried to block her evidence from being submitted. Patriots, this is where it gets wild. Greene held her ground, quoting the Attorney General's statement word for word and exposing the left's attempts to protect dangerous criminals under the guise of bureaucracy. What's her excuse this time? Goldman argued that even if Garcia is MS-13, the evidence should go through a judge, conveniently ignoring the mountain of evidence presented by law enforcement and immigration officials. This is the same tired playbook we've seen from the left: defend criminals, undermine law enforcement, and attack anyone who dares to call them out. The hearing descended into chaos as the chairman had to repeatedly intervene to restore order. The left tried every trick in the book to delay and derail Greene's submission, even calling for a recess to review the evidence. But here's the kicker. After all the bluster, Goldman withdrew his objection, admitting the evidence was consistent with Greene's statement. That's right, Patriots. They fought tooth and nail to suppress the truth, only to admit Greene was right all along. This isn't just about one hearing. It's about the left's refusal to prioritize the safety of Americans. They'll bend over backward to protect violent criminals and gang members while ignoring the rights and safety of law-abiding citizens. Greene's courage in the face of their tactics reminds us all why we must stand together and fight for the truth. Patriots, it's time to take action. Share this video and let the world know that we won't let criminals and the woke left run this country into the ground. Comment below with your thoughts, subscribe to Conservative Mandate, and join the fight to protect America's values, safety, and freedom. Together, we can expose the lies, hold the left accountable, and restore law and order in this great nation.